Hi, Kevin Retcher here, owner of First Meridian Mortgage. Do you want to buy a house with your remaining VA entitlement? Let's get into it. First and foremost, the reason for this video was recently I had someone want to buy a home here in Virginia, and they have entitlement used in Texas of $670,000. And I basically did the math for him, and I told him he could buy a house for $539,750 with zero money down. He was super excited. Talked to another loan officer, and that loan officer says, "No, you're only eligible for like $136,050." And he was questioning me whether I was correct or not. And in the end, you always want to double check. And I went back to the drawing board and double checked my knowledge, and quite frankly, I was right. Okay, so he was super excited with that. Here's the thing. If you're new to my channel, my name is Kevin Retcher, owner of First Meridian Mortgage. I'm a Marine. I've been in business for over 28 years. I have never missed a closing date in my life. If you're PCSing into the area, into Virginia, Maryland, or DC, I have 22 bases. I would be happy to do your VA loan and take care of you. Okay, so and if you're looking at a different state, I have 32 other states with other broker owners just like me that I'm happy to refer. I have vetted them in advance for you. So let's talk about VA entitlement. VA entitlement, the VA guarantees the bank 25 cents on the dollar. So on a $100,000 mortgage, they're going to guarantee $25,000. On a $1 million loan, they're going to guarantee $250,000, right? So that entitlement affords you a better interest rate because it's government backed, and two, no mortgage insurance. So you can buy, if you have full eligibility, you can go buy a $2 million house, zero money down. So it is the best loan, bar none. And we're going to get into a few other reasons. So if you're eligible for the VA entitlement, you've done 90 days, active duty, Purple Heart, honorably discharged, all of the criteria to be eligible, they guarantee you $36,000 as entitlement, which is equal to, if you multiply that by 4, a loan amount of $144,000 or greater. Okay, if you have a loan amount that's greater than that, then there's what's called a bonus entitlement. Bonus entitlement is what allows you to go to that $2 million with zero money down if you have full eligibility. So in general, that's the 25% of the purchase price or loan amount is going to be guaranteed by the VA. So first step, you need to understand what your county limit is. Okay, so and it's the county limit that you're moving to, not where you're coming from. So if you used your eligibility like this guy did of $670,000 in Texas, and he's coming to DC, the eligibility number in Texas might be 806,500, but here in Fairfax, it's 1,209,750. So if you divide that by 4, that's the actual entitlement number that the VA is going to allow. So again, it's 25% of the loan amount. So let's look at those numbers. So on $1,209,750, 25% of that, the VA is guaranteeing $302,437 if you default, right? So that is a big guarantee, which allows that better interest rate and no MI. And zero down, okay? Don't forget that. So if, in fact, this gentleman used $670,000 in Texas, and you now know what the entitlement is for your area, it's just a math equation, right? So the $670,000 you divide by 0.25 or multiply by 0.25, and you get $167,500 is what he used in Texas. Your new county limit in Fairfax is the 302,437. You subtract that, and you have a remaining eligible amount of $34,937.50. You then multiply that by 4, and you get what is eligible for 100% down in Fairfax County. You can buy $539,750 home and put zero money down. And that's the key, and that's where the other guy was wrong and I was correct, okay? So he can buy the $539,750, even though he's got $670 that he put zero money down in Texas, he can do zero money here with $539,750, okay? So here's the thing. I kind of want to walk you through the calculator to describe one other scenario. In fact, if you were buying in Fairfax, 1209750, okay, and you're buying the 539,750. Here it shows he can do 100% financing, right? But here's the thing that a lot of people don't understand. Even if you want to buy a bigger house and you only have 539,750 eligible, let's just say you want to buy an $800,000 house. What happens? You just have to put down 25% of the difference above the 539,750 so that you're matching what the VA does for the bank as a down payment. So you're giving 25 cents on the dollar just like the VA would, okay? So I want to show you how powerful that is. So on an $800,000 house, no MI, lower interest rate, you would only have to contribute $65,063. That is 25% of the difference on the down payment that is above the 539,750 all the way to 800. So that's less than 10% down. Here's the thing. In general, you can't get a conventional loan with no MI, with a lower interest rate, with less than 10% down, in general with no MI. So even in a scenario where you've maxed out your eligibility, rather than going conventional, you're probably still better off to go VA, okay? Now, the rules are a little different if, in fact, you're going from a higher cost area, 1209750, going to Texas, and you use your eligibility here, because let's say you bought $1 million house here. If eligibility is only 806,500, you're not going to have any eligibility to buy in Texas, okay? So in general, what happens for a lot of clients is what they will do is they will refinance if they want to keep the home here. They may refinance the home here to a conventional loan if they can, get their full eligibility back, and then when they go to California or Texas or another high-cost area, they can buy with zero money down and with no mortgage insurance and a better interest rate. So you have to cherish your VA eligibility and understand how powerful it is to have. For the people that have a great loan out there and they're potentially trying to sell their house and let someone assume their loan, I would never personally let someone assume the loan that wasn't a veteran, that wasn't replacing my eligibility, so I would get my full eligibility back. Because what happens is if you leave your eligibility on there, that person defaults, it still goes against your entitlement and is looked negatively against your capacity to max out and have a full entitlement ever again. Okay, you'd have to pay it back what money they lost, and you're just not going to ever want to do that. So, in general, I would never leave my entitlement on a home that wasn't going to be replaced with someone else's entitlement. Okay, the VA loan is just too good to have in your back pocket. So my name's Kevin Retcher. I'm an owner of First Meridian Mortgage. I'm happy to serve. You know what I'm going to say to all the Marines out there, Semper Fi. If you have any questions, just give me a call. Doesn't matter if you're in Virginia, Maryland, D.C. I'm happy to serve. Talk to you soon.